superhero critic, and I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome.
Released in 2006, X-Men The Last Stand was the first film not done by Bryan Singer and was instead directed by Brett Ratner and written by Simon Kinberg and Zach Penn. The directors and writers were replaced due to their involvement with Superman Returns, as well as James Marsden causing Cyclops to be killed off. The film was very loosely based on storylines of the Dark Phoenix saga and Gifted, and centered around a so-called mutant cure that causes an uproar for mutants and Jean Grey's revival.
So this is X-Men: The Last Stand.
We begin in the past of 20 years ago as Xavier and Eric are finding a young Jean Grey to recruit her for the mutant school. Jean just seems angry to even talk to them, while Xavier is trying to remind her not to let it control her. We then jump to 10 years later with a young boy mutilating his back, trying to get rid of his now active wings that are growing, with his clearly bigoted dad walking in on him.
Dad, I'm sorry.
Let's face it, this is not the worst thing you've caught me doing.
We open back up to the present during a battle in the danger room where Logan just seems to walk around while everyone else avoids dangers, saving each other. They do the fastball special to take down the fake Sentinel. Storm argues with Logan about teaching the newbies badly as Scott begins to have flashes of Jean's death, while Rogue and Bobby get into a lover's quarrel.
Ever put any pressure on you?
You're a guy, Bobby. Your mind's only on one thing.
Well, as an X-Man, I resent that comment.
Scott runs into Logan, who is still grieving over Jean, and while Logan is trying to be helpful, Scott basically tells him to fuck off. We then go to Hank McCoy, played by Kelsey Grammer, who is in talks with the military, who have Mystique captured as they've been looking for Magneto.
You want to know where he is?
Reminds the president Magneto will still come after Mystique and learns that she was after a mutant named Leech being held against his will. Xavier is holding a class that is interrupted by Storm, who is upset that they are still in hiding, and Xavier talks about her taking over the school when he finally dies. Beast has come to update Xavier on what's going on and meets Logan for the first time.
He's Wolverine. I hear you're quite an animal.
Look who's talking.
Hank lets the group know about the cure as Warren Worthington announces it on TV. The group debate about it, but Storm is adamant that there's no reason for the cure.
You want to know why? Because there's nothing to cure. Nothing's wrong with you. Or any of us, for that matter.
Storm, you control the goddamn weather. I can't touch my boyfriend without killing him. I need penis!
Magneto then interrupts a rally, reminding them that this is the beginning before Callisto shows him that she can sense a mutant's power level. We then go to the caravan carrying Mystique and many other mutants and jumping back to Scott, who begins hearing Jean's voice in his head as the water separates, revealing a very much alive Jean. The two embrace after she zaps his power away, but in the process, he's killed.
No one likes Cyclops anyway. No big loss.
Xavier feels the psychic disturbance, and Logan and Storm head to the lake, seeing everything floating around and finding Jean. Xavier reveals to Logan how he suppressed Jean's powers, creating a dual personality.
I hate this interpretation of Phoenix. They turn it into this stupid alternate personality thing instead of actually giving it its alien root. I don't like this version of it, and it's part of why I don't actually like this movie in any way. And if you want a good interpretation of Phoenix, watch the X-Men from the 1990s cartoon, and that is a good portrayal of Phoenix. Or, go read the Phoenix Saga.
Pissed off and feels she was not given a choice. And speaking of choices, we then go to where the cure is being distributed, as Warren II is using his son as the test dummy. But it's clear he doesn't want to do it as he breaks free and flies away.
Why no?
Magneto arrives to stop the caravan in order to free Mystique, as well as the Multiple Man and Juggernaut.
Juggernaut is not a mutant. He is a human with powers given to him through the drool of Critic. Fuck this movie with a scalpel up the poop chute with no protection. Fuck this shit.
A downed guard manages to pull out a gun and shoots at Magneto, but Mystique sacrifices herself and her powers, which Magneto then leaves her behind. Beast tries to talk to the president about the cure becoming a weapon, and Logan visits Jean.
Well, I gotta go pee now.
The two of them begin to get kinky before Logan snaps out of it.
Okay. Learn telepathy for sexy times.
Jean begins to have a psychic meltdown as she realizes that she killed Scott before the Phoenix takes over again. Calypso alerts Magneto of Jean's power surge, and Xavier then tracks her down at Jean's old home. Magneto, of course, is also there, and the two begin a mental tug of war.
What's wrong with me?
Absolutely nothing. Eric, stop! No, Charles, not this time. You've always held her back. For your own good, Jean.
Damn!
The tug of war continues as Wolverine takes on Juggernaut and Storm tackles Calypso. As the home is destroyed, Jean does the unthinkable and kills Xavier. Jean goes with Magneto as Logan and Storm grieve. Emotions are now high as Xavier's funeral is held. As Bobby checks in on Kitty Pryde, played by Elliot Page, trying to cheer her up by freezing the pond and ice skating with her as Rogue looks on in the clear affection.
All of your problems would be solved if you just went polyamorous. I did it.
Rogue begins to leave and Logan gives her the advice to do what she feels is right. Magneto wants to push Jean to her fullest ability as she makes it very clear she'll do what she wants anyway. Angel comes looking for help as the X-Men decide to keep the school open, and Bobby tries to find Rogue.
Hey, Pete. You seen Rogue?
Yeah, she took off.
Why is Colossus a frat boy and not a Russian? Why can't we get the mutants right? Their characters matter!
Jean mentally shows Logan where she is, and he becomes very determined to find her despite Aurora's opinions. Bobby then runs into John, who entices him before attacking the building, and Magneto then announces a threat against humanity and the cure as the military prepares for Magneto by getting rid of all metal weapons.
Bayonets, magazines, dog tags, pick up your plastic weapons. Pick up your cure cartridge. Absolutely no matter.
And if you have metal in your mouth, you better yank your tooth out!
Rogue gets in line for the cure as Logan begins his tracking as he's attacked by Spike. Not to be confused with Spike from X-Men Evolution. But this begins Wolverine's attack on the camp as he takes on no-name mutants and kills Spike. Magneto is rallying his troops as Logan confronts Jean before Magneto says not today and hurls him away. Mystique is then shown giving away Magneto's secrets, but it then turns out to be a setup by Multiple Man as the battle begins. Logan then gives an X-Men team speech.
We lost a professor. If we don't fight now, everything they stood for will die with them. I'm not gonna let that happen. Are you? Then we stand together. X-Men. All of us.
It's so beautiful!
The X-Men head out to stop Magneto as he splits the bridge in half to take it directly to Alcatraz and begins an attack, but they quickly realize the humans have made plastic weaponry and launchers to disperse the cure easier.
She's got the clap and she's giving it to you.
The X-Men land, starting the fight to defend the humans, showing off everyone's powers and abilities as Juggernaut goes after Leech. Logan has to deal with a regenerating mutant named Starfish.
Come on!
Grow those back.
Owie!
Shadowcat tries to stop the Juggernaut by sucking him into the ground, creating one of the biggest X-Men memes of all time.
The Juggernaut, bitch!
Shadowcat gives him the slip as Warren is captured and his assistant is killed. Shadowcat finds Leech as Juggernaut learns the hard way he can be stopped. Warren is then thrown off the roof of the building, being saved by Angel, while Calypso is killed by Storm.
For the love of God, Storm, stop electrocuting people to death! It's one per movie so far.
Magneto begins lifting cars, allowing Pyro to turn them into bombs, as Logan hatches a plan once he sees some syringes. It's then fire and ice as Iceman tackles Pyro head to head.
Maybe you should go back to school. You never should have left.
Wolverine and Colossus do the fastball special towards Magneto, but hatch their plan trap of Beast when he is not expecting it.
You never learn, do you? Actually, I do.
Jean goes psycho as she wipes out the ground troops and everyone tries to evacuate, with Logan realizing what he has to do as he begins making the self-sacrifice to get her mentally stable, forcing himself to kill the one he loves.
For you.
Save me.
I love you.
Jean is buried next to Scott and Xavier as we see that Rogue indeed took the serum as she holds hands with Bobby. And our movie ends with Beast becoming the bigger name in politics and a sequel bait with Eric being able to slightly move a chess piece. While having mixed reviews, mostly due to the negative lack of character depth, the film still did really well, making $460 million against a $210 million budget, being the third highest grossing film in 2006, behind Cars and Dead Man's Chest.
So, that was Last Stand. It is the worst of the original trilogy by far. And personally, I have way too many gripes with this movie to enjoy it. And I personally think it's one of my least favorite films of the entire franchise. That being said, the movies don't get any better from here. Why do I put myself through these things? Anyway, let's see you next time when we go to the next, X-Men movie. I don't know how to end this episode!